Well, you mentioned your son Ryan, your oldest son Ryan.
Mhm.
So give us an update, because now you're a grandfather now. So give us an
Phew.
update on your family, Teresa, Josh, Ryan, and your grandkids.
Well, that's an easy subject to talk about, actually. My wife and I, Teresa, we've actually been married, and I'm going to brag about this, boys.
Okay.
Tomorrow is our anniversary,
Well,
our wedding
congratulations.
anniversary tomorrow, and we'll have been married 36 years
Wow.
tomorrow. And they said it wouldn't last. But we're both from North Carolina. I'm from a little place called Broadway, North Carolina, not too far from Raleigh, and so I had to go into the big city of Raleigh and find me a girl. And sounds like an Andy Griffith episode,
It
don't
does.
it?
doesn't it?
Exactly.
So met Teresa, we fell in love and got married, and then Ryan being our first. He married John Hagee's daughter, Sandy.
Mhm.
So they live in San Antonio, Texas now, and been living down there for quite a while. And a funny story about how Ryan managed to make that transition. He was actually going to MTSU in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and he was about halfway through his college years, and he had met Sandy on one of the cruises that we had done with Pastor Hagee. And he says, Dad, he said, I've been doing some research, and he said, I've discovered that if you're an out-of-state student, there's a lot of grants and scholarships that you can get in Texas. And he said, what do you think about me finishing my degree in San Antonio? And I said, if you can work all that out, that'll be fine, because I knew where he was going. The boy was sick in love. And so he moved to San Antonio, and of course him and Sandy wound up getting married, and got two little old granddaughters out of that merger. And
Are they spoiled?
it's bad. It's bad. Anybody that's got grandkids, they know what it's like. And see, God knew what He was doing when He gave us two boys, because I'm worthless when it comes to these little girls.
Okay.
And Olivia, she is 8 years old, and Ellie is 4. And best I can tell, they're absolutely perfect.
Really?
Of
Yeah.
course.
Okay.
What
Yeah.
do they call you? What do the grandkids call you?
They call me Poppy.
Poppy.
They call me
So
Poppy.
we're sitting
Was
here
it-
with Poppy Parker.
They
Say
call
that-
me Poppy, Poppy.
Say
Oh,
that
I'm
about
sorry.
8
Was
times
that
fast.
was that your choice of a name, or did they come up with that?
You know, I really don't know where it happened. I don't know where it happened. They just called me Poppy, and I blacked out after that.
Really?
And here we are, eight years
Here
later.
we are later, yeah. Yeah.
What do they call Teresa?
Mimi.
Okay.
And,
Are they as grand as people say they are?
without a
I
doubt.
just wanted to hear you say it. I know
Oh,
what the answer
without a
was.
doubt.
I'm just going to give you another platform
Eh,
to go for 15
How
more
much
minutes there.
time have we got?
We're here all day. All day.
I tell you, they are total opposites. Olivia and Ellie are total opposites. Olivia is the little princess that twirls and loves to dance, and very artsy. And then you've got Ellie. She.
She's the life of the party.
Oh, hey, let me tell you something. She is one of those. She is one of those precious kids that could absolutely run her head through a wall and just shake her head and go, "That didn't hurt."
Wow. Okay.
And hilarious. She is so funny. And these two girls, absolutely, they are the most loving two little old girls. And whenever I go down there, I just get one on this side, and I get one on this side, and I just pull them up real tight.
Hmm.
And they let me do
They
that.
let you do that.
They let me do
Okay.
that.
Well, speaking of that, how often do you get to go to visit?
We try. Sometimes our schedule gets a little sporadic for them as well as for me with all the tour dates, but we try to get down there at least 4 times a year, and at least once a quarter we try to make that trip happen, and then if there's an extra one slid in, I mean, we don't argue about it. We just do it.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta do what you
Sometimes
gotta
you
do.
just got to do it. They need gifts, so you
Oh,
got.
they do? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They need gifts, so you have to load up the suitcase and take it.
That only Poppy can give, right?
Yeah, and Mimi actually buys all the gifts, and
But if you had went out and bought them, that's exactly what you would have bought, right?
oh, certainly.
Okay, all right. Just
I might have threw in a dump truck in there somewhere.
okay.
That's-
While we're talking about family, update everybody on Josh and what
Yep.
he's doing.
Josh is my youngest, and where Ryan did not get bit by the music bug, Josh did, and so he just absolutely just. I could tell there was something going on when he was a kid because everything that surrounded him had to do with music. I didn't pay that much attention to it at the time. I just knew he loved music, and so we brought a set of drums home. Next thing I know, he's in there playing drums, and anything that we would bring home, he wanted to see if he could learn how to play it. So there was a huge interest involved there. And so then got the guitar for him, and then he decided he wanted to learn how to play the guitar. And he seemed very serious about that, so we lined him up with a guitar teacher and taught him a lot of chords and just different things like that. And while Teresa and I would be downstairs in the den trying to watch TV, he would be upstairs with that thing turned wide open, and he'd just be playing his heart out. Didn't make any sense what he was playing, but he was playing his heart out. And when it was time to go to college, he approached me and said, "Dad," he said, "I want to go to college, and I want to go to this Cumberland University down here in Lebanon, Tennessee." He said, "I want to major in music." I said, "Okay." I said, "That sounds like a good idea." I said, "Do you have any idea what you want to do with the degree?" And he said, "No." And I'm like, wow, I'm getting ready to pay for something here that I don't have a clue what I'm paying for. And so he said, I found out I could do a music degree with an emphasis in guitar. And I'm like, what in the world is he going to do with this kind of degree? And so I tried to talk to him. I said, "Babe," I said, "I've been doing this thing a long time." I said, "Is there any way that I could get you to major in something else and minor in this?" He said, "No, Dad." He said, "God's really called me to do this." It shut me down. And I said, "Okay." I said, "Josh," I said, "I cannot get between you and God in this decision, so I said, it's up to you all to figure out what you're going to do with it, and I won't ask any more." And so here he is on the road with me now, and he got his degree, and he's a mighty fine guitar player. And the spirit that goes with him, the charisma,
Yes.
the spirit that
Right.
every night on stage, it's incredible to watch him. I catch myself sometimes just sitting there watching him because I'm amazed at how this heart and this spirit is flowing. It's what we always called over the years the it factor.
Charisma.
Yeah.
The it factor, yeah.
You really don't have that much that you could describe the it factor. It's just what it is. And from the very first night he played his first song with me on stage, I thought, wow, there's a lot more to this than just college
Right.
and learning. And
Yeah.
there's a whole lot of spirit behind it.
Yeah.